Today we are thrilled to share with you some interesting facts about the gentle lemur and the forest banana frog.
These fascinating creatures are both part of the freshwater biome, which is made up of lakes, streams, rivers, and marshes.
The wetlands has tropical to low temperate climate zones. In the summertime, it's about 71.6 degrees Fahrenheit, and in the wintertime, about 39.2 degrees Fahrenheit. The area is very humid. The water in the lakes is cool, and the surrounding area is also cool. The average rainfall per year is about 10 to 80 inches.
The number of species overall is low compared with marine and terrestrial groups. However, species richness in relation to habitat extent is extremely high in many freshwater groups. The most common animals found in the freshwater biome are water fleas, fish, insects, amphibians like the forest banana frog, water-loving snakes, birds, and certain mammals such as otters and the gentle lemur.
Many animals that live in the water have developed different suction cup-like structures on their bodies that they use to hold onto rocks. Many animals depend upon other species living in the biome for their food source.
The vegetation in the biome has adapted to live with lots of water because it rains so much. The plants are not very rigid due to the density of the water. And as plants require a minimum concentration of gases in their diet, like carbon dioxide, they require a degree of buoyancy so that contact can be made with the open air environment.
The gentle lemur is found only around Madagascar's Lake Aliotra, living in the reed and papyrus beds and marshes surrounding the lake. Predators of the gray gentle lemur include the ring-tailed mongoose, the boas, and also humans. 90% of this lemur's feeding time is spent eating the new shoots, stem cores, and leaf bases of the bamboo, which are high in silica and contain large levels of cyanide, but they also eat the fruit and leaves on the bamboo. The ecology of Madagascar and the nearby Comoros Islands depends mainly on the role played by the lemurs. These lemurs disperse seeds from the food they ate, which will grow into new plants. This is particularly important for the forests of Madagascar due to the fact that they are being destroyed at a very high rate. The only reason that gentle lemurs still exist today is because of Madagascar's isolation. Madagascar was attached to the African mainland but broke apart, and Madagascar moved away from Africa. The first lemur-like primates on the fossil record appeared roughly 60 million years ago in mainland Africa and crossed over to Madagascar shortly thereafter. The island continued to drift eastward, and by the time monkeys appeared on the scene, Madagascar was isolated from their arrival. As highly intelligent and adaptive primates, monkeys quickly drove the lemur lineage elsewhere in the world toward extinctions. Madagascar's lemurs, isolated from evolutionary change of the world, radiated in the large island's many niches and without much competition or predation. The olfactory signal plays an important role in the communication for the gentle gray lemur. They use their sense of smell to communicate with each other. These primates have scent glands on the bottoms of their feet that leave odors on the surfaces they cross. When other lemurs pass by, they smell those odors and can tell that another lemur has been there. Another adaptation is their front teeth, which are especially developed for eating bamboo and grooming themselves. To warn that a predator is near, the gentle lemur uses their rich vocal repertoire as a signal. Lemurs belong to the suborder Strepsirini, together with bush babies, lorises, and podos, which, like original lemurs, are nocturnal, insectivorous primates characterized by a small body, a long nose, and large eyes. This lemur has the most restricted habitat of any, and as the reed beds surrounding the lake are continually being cut and burned by local villagers, it is shrinking rapidly. Lemurs are also in danger from being hunted for cheap meat, as well as being sold as pets. The Trust staff has been working intensively in Aliotra since 1997, conducting vital fieldwork and raising awareness in the local community of the plight of the gentle lemur, the biodiversity of Aliotra, and the ecological and economic importance of the wetlands. The gentle lemur is now limited to only 220 kilometers of remaining reed beds. It is therefore vital that the Trust's efforts to conserve the lemur have the support of the local community. Otherwise, they are doomed to fail. Their aim has been to demonstrate that protecting the marshes would not only save the gentle lemur from extinction, but also help maintain productivity and livelihoods in the highly populated part of this extremely poor country.
Forest banana frogs can be found only in Kenya. They are found in subtropical or tropical moist lowland forests and intermittent freshwater marshes. Frogs are carnivores, and they're on the third trophic level. They have a predator-prey relationship, eating other animals such as bugs and worms. Lizards, birds, small animals like hedgehogs, and snakes have all been known to eat frogs. The earliest known proto-frog was from the 250-million-year-old early Triassic of Madagascar. The skull is frog-like, being broad with large eye sockets, but the fossil has features diverging from modern amphibia. These include a larger body with more vertebrae and a separate vertebrae in its tail. The tibia and fibula bones are unfused and separate, making it probable that it was not as efficient a jumper. The earliest true frog is from the early Jurassic period, 188 to 213 million years ago. It is known only from the dorsal and ventral impressions of a single animal and was estimated to be 33 millimeters long. The earliest full fossil record of a modern frog is from 125 million years ago and has all modern frog features, but had 9 vertebrae instead of the 8 of modern frogs. Compared with the other two groups of amphibians, frogs are unusual because they lack tails as adults and their legs are more suited to jumping than walking. The physiology of frogs is generally like that of other amphibians and different from other terrestrial vertebrates because oxygen can pass through their highly permeable skin. The forest banana frog's relatives include other species of frogs and other amphibians such as newts, salamanders, and toads. It's classified as endangered on the Red List, and though the exact number of forest banana frogs is unknown, they are only found in Kenya. One of the most difficult problems is our lack of information on amphibian ecology, behavior, and distribution. Separating natural fluctuations from potential declines is necessary to determine causes. Experimental ecology will be essential in assessing potential causes and hopefully identifying the proximate cause in each decline. Diseases in amphibians are poorly understood. Recent studies have documented many frog pathogens and diseases for the first time, and many organizations such as the EPA are currently searching to find the cause of the decline in the frog population.
In summary, though both of these species are endangered, they can be saved. They are limited to very narrow populations, but with further research, there's a chance for them to expand.
Oh, and one last thing.
Click, 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 flag.